Hi, it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is Christmas Eve thoughts. Well, it's Christmas Eve 2020, right? The year of the virus, the year of the presidential election. Kind of a lot of, let's say, at the national world level, the year kind of sucked. The year kind of sucked, and sometimes it's good to get like these weird years behind us. It's almost like this year with this election, it just made everybody suffer, which I think is kind of the biggest story, is the suffering that was kind of inflicted. Because I remember in 2016, that was one of the last presidential election that year. That was one of the best years of my life. I had tremendous amounts of fun. I just had a lot of fun. I had a very significant trip, and then two significant trips, and then two more weekend trips. And I was pushing myself to have fun, to get out of my shell, to do things, to have all kinds of a great year that year. The weight was way down. The lifting was going good. The job was great. I was doing stuff on this happier man. So I guess I'm saying it isn't always just the election year that makes it bad, because 2016 was a very good year for me. But let's just say 2020, I don't think most people will call it that great of a year. Now, some people probably thrived in this environment, right? That they don't really like the going out and about and socializing and meeting new people. They don't like to party. They don't like to go out for dinner. They don't like to pick their old friends and new friends. They don't like to go and have the hustle and the bustle of the office. Yeah, for those people, this probably was fine. It's just that that's not me. That's the stuff I like to do, is visit people. I love to go and visit friends, family. I love to travel and do things. I like to meet new people. I love all that. So being restricted from the things I love the most, it didn't appeal to me. Even the simplest things of going to a coffee shop and pumping out hours of thinking, planning, content creation. I can easily sit in a Panera Bread for 3 or 4 hours and make more progress on all of that kind of stuff than I can in days at home. So of course Panera, they were mostly closed. When they're open, I got there. When they were open, I got there this year, and I made good progress on the content and the planning and the thinking. But it's been mostly closed, and that's hurt me. And all the normal other coffee shops, even not the big chains, they've all been closed. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to that, because that when you have something that's restricted from you, and you find out how much you miss it, that clarifies what you really like. So let's say for me, the 2020, the Merry Christmas, was learning that, man, there's some things I really, really like to do, and I'm going to continue the rest of my life making those efforts to do those things. And if you want to be a happy man, happier than you are now, you want to make it your priority to figure out what gives you the most happiness. Write it down. Keep it front and center of your goal list, of your mission, of your whatever, however you classify how you want to live your life, and then do that. So, yeah, the 2020, that clarified all the things I love to do, and it brought into focus that I was right. All these things I knew I liked all these things because I was doing them, but since they weren't restricted from me, I didn't realize how much I wanted to do them. Now, there has been some good things with the 2020. Maybe the biggest thing for me in the family was the person who needed the most help getting a life straightened out. It appears like that person is on a pretty good path, and the life that they're working on is better. And that's, let's say, huge for the little family that I'm a part of. That's absolutely huge. And I hope the person can continue this path, the good path, the happier path, the right path, the path free from addiction. And you can understand what addictions I'm talking about. Because that's bad. Oh man, that's bad. It's been very hard on the person and the whole family. So anyway, that's been good. That's been very, very good. Years past, I couldn't say anything about this because it was really bad. The kids, my two kids, my son is working and he's making a great income. And he's got his part-time business too, so he's, doing very well. He graduated from college and started on that working, and then the good part for me is all these miscellaneous bills that I'd been paying for him because he was in college and needing a hand. I don't have to pay anymore, so my finances are getting even a little bit better. Now, he was doing the bulk of his own living, but let's just say when you as a parent start reducing your monthly outgo by 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 a month, well, your life gets, better, much better. So that's good. That's good. Now, he's already starting on the complaining about the time it takes to go to work, right? So, when I see him, I have to remind him of that's life, right? That's life. You can't just expect to not put in the time of whatever. My daughter, she's doing fine too. She's doing very good, and she's still in school and working part-time, and she's starting on I think she's starting to clarify how she'd like to move forward with her life, right? So within the next 6 months or year or so, she's probably gonna be done with the schooling and start on something new, and that will be very exciting, and I'm very happy. She's younger than her brother, so she's got more time, and I'm like I said, I help her with certain things. So at some point, I'll be happy when I can quit helping her with some of those things and have even more abundance for myself. The overall family, maybe I talk to my mom all the time with the COVID situation and the lockdowns. Yeah, if you got an elderly parent or somebody in your life, you probably should be talking to them all the time, probably all the time. This kind of a situation on an elderly person, I don't know how an elderly person who's used to living their life how they're used to living it can deal unless they have family and friends that are talking to them all the time. This is bad. I'll be happy when this COVID lockdown situation is in our rearview mirror. What else? Well, even my team, the Green Bay Packers, are having a great year, so that's been very enjoyable. I love watching them play, and I enjoy that's winning, of course, and it's something that, it's pretty darn nice. I text. It's been very good. I've been continue to text my good friends, and we keep in touch by text, and I had a chance to see a few of them earlier this year. Not as much as I'd like because of the lockdowns, but a little bit. Some before the lockdowns occurred. Looking back, to tell the truth, I had a lot of fun in January and February. I had, let's say, a very fun winter. Very fun. I was doing a lot last January and February. It was very remarkable how much fun I had in those 2 months, because usually the winter time I just kind of wait for summer. So yeah, I would, the Merry Christmas, you should be kind of thinking about the good things that happened this year, right? The good things. And then the bad things. What are the bad things? And then you want to make note of those, and then the way you manifest something good is to turn it around. So if that bad thing were corrected, how would that improve your life? And then frame it as that's the thing you should be working on. Now, usually, hopefully you don't have too many bad things, right? If you have too many bad things, that's hard to keep going on it. When I was married, let's say this bad marriage, this verbally abusive wife, well, that was the bad thing, and that took precedence over everything. So if you got something bad, like a bad marriage, well, get my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man with the 3-step system, available on the ahappierman.com website. But if you have something bad, like a bad marriage, that's where you should emphasize the company next year. And don't think you have to take a year to do anything either. That's kind of that's too much of a limiting factor. I would a year you may get a lot of stuff done in a week, in a day, in a month, or 6 months, or something might be so big that it takes more than a year. So you have to use judgment. If you're just starting college, it's going to take you more than 1 year to finish, right? So if you're in college, you want to break it down semester by semester with the eye and the prize of getting the degree, and then the lifetime of rewards for working that degree. I'm a civil engineer, so I got my degree back in the late 80s, and I went to grad school, and this has been a rewarding career. It's paid the bills all this time. It allows me a very good life, and engineering is a pretty good profession to allow you a pretty good life. Now there's so many others, so I'm not going to say it's the only one, but it's a very good one. It's a very good for me. So yeah, the 2020. So let's say the engineering, the job. Yeah, I'm reflecting on the job, and it's been great. It's been great to learn how to work from home. It's been easy to work from home. It hasn't been hard at all. It's easy. It's all mind work, computer work, calling, emailing, writing stuff, analyzing, development of things. It's easy working from home, and maybe that's the good thing. I learned how to do it. Kind of been wanting to do it for years, and this might make things even easier in the future. So give that idea some thought. Have a great Christmas of 2020. Happy New Year. I'm sure I'll have some more videos about New Year's and things like that. But for today, Merry Christmas.